Hi, my name is Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation, and these are sort of a side treat that we have where I take questions that people have written in with, and I give you an answer, and it may not match the answer that they got, but it'll be pretty lined up with it. So this question is from someone, and she says, one more question before I purchase. And she's obviously thinking about the course for women. I didn't read this before, so this is a surprise for me too. My husband and I have talked a lot the last couple days, and it seems this affair he's having is extremely emotional. He says that's why it's so difficult. She has become his best friend, and they're so compatible that he can't even fathom not having her in his life. So in this type of situation, is there any hope for me? That's a great question. You know, this brings up really a need that this poor lady has. She's suffering tremendously. Can you imagine how humiliated she's feeling? How rejected she's feeling for another? I mean, she's the one who promised to be with him until death do us part, and he said yes. They exchanged vows. What the heck happened here? And she's wondering, is there any hope? But she's talking about a much deeper hope, isn't she? Because what is life about if even a marriage can't work? She fell in love with him, he fell in love with her, and now he's found someone else. So I'm going to first explain to you how this can even happen. You know, Western psychologists always look for the disease, the dysfunction in the mind. But that's not what causes, in the vast majority of situations where there's dysfunction in the marriage, it's not because of a dysfunction in the mind. It's not because one of you is evil or one of you screwed up. Both of you screwed up because we're not taught about marriage. So first of all, let me say, stay tuned with this video because there is hope. Yes, if you're in a similar situation, you too need to get the course for women, but there's more than hope. We've come across this many, many, many times, and we save thousands of marriages every year. So what's going on is that when you come together and you marry each other, there is a spoken pact that we don't live by. I'm being truthful. We promise to love, cherish, hold above. We promise all of these wonderful things, but we don't do it. And we go, and people go, well, yeah, because when you're married and life hits, da 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 da. That's true, but the reason why life's outer conditions that are negative, that pull you, can creep in is because we don't have a focus on what we're supposed to do within our marriage. If this wife, and this is probably from 2019 or something that she wrote this, if this wife had been a truly attentive wife, and I'm not discounting that what he did wasn't wrong, it was wrong, you don't cheat on your wife, but had she been an amazing wife, which is what you're supposed to be, and it's not that hard to be one, he would not have looked somewhere else. There's an old expression, why should I go grab a hot dog from a hot dog stand when I have a banquet at home? But she was not living up to her promises. So yes, he vowed to be loyal and faithful, but she vowed to love him through thick and thin and all of that. And I guarantee you, especially with the common thinking that's out there, that she was critical of him. She pointed out his flaws. And a man needs to be encouraged, to be told how wonderful he is. And that's what we do with someone we love. We don't criticize people we love. We don't criticize people we admire. We don't complain to someone who we love. We don't. And some people, well, no, you don't. There's no need to. If someone is doing something that bothers you, then you look at yourself and you go, why am I bothered by this? It must be a flaw in my thinking that I'm so sensitive. And so there's always a way to realign our thinking with what works. So why does she have hope if she takes the course? Because what we do in the course is we start with the individual, not with the marriage. Yes, I give you all of the guardrails of marriage, what to do, what not to do. For instance, she's talking to him. You're not supposed to talk. It does nothing but opens up wounds. He then starts comparing her, his wife, with this woman who's a homewrecker, by the way, who he's not living with all the time. So, of course, she gets pretty before they go out and all that stuff. But talking about it does harm, not good. So there's so many things that we learn that are wrong. So there's hope, because when she gets her inner act, not her outer act, her inner act together, because we don't want to be phony, when she starts learning how to control her mind, which means she'll control her tongue, when she starts learning how to feel the joy within herself, because we are souls, we have a body and we have a mind. So feeling joy is not dependent on outer circumstances, no matter how tough they are. So she can learn how to feel herself as joy, as love. He's going to come back. It may not be immediate. It won't be immediate. It takes time, but he'll come back. Otherwise, we wouldn't exist, because that's what we teach. So that's the response that I've given. Again, I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. You yourself can go to our website and download the top 10 do's and don'ts for marriage. They'll be helpful. Look at all the things we have to offer. A lot of what we offer is free. And if you need help, you could write into our marriage counselors. Our TMF marriage counselors are not necessarily, some are, Western psychologists, because we don't use Western psychology, frankly, and we'll help you. That's what we're here for. Please do me a favor now. Like the video, subscribe. It helps us reach more people. Thank you for visiting. I do hope you'll come again. God bless you, and take care.